Yo, what's going on, Cowboys fans? It's your boy Foots here. Hey. So, I'm on my lunch break, and wouldn't you know it, there is more breaking news. All right, so from DeMarcus Lawrence's contract to Randy Gregory not leaving the weed alone to David Irving, who really didn't play last year. There's never a dull moment in Cowboy land, and right now, the news of the day. Make sure you guys can see me. There you go. I got this new Cowboys dry fit. We lit. The news of the day right now is this, y'all. Jason Witten, all right, old man Witt, old reliable Witt. Go sit down in the zone, Witt. Go find the soft spot, Witt. Mr. Red Zone, Witt. He's coming out of retirement. And when I first heard this, I went on a rant on Twitter, and I was just like, wow, I have no idea. This doesn't make sense. $5 million, you just start immediately, your mind's like, I don't know if you've ever seen those movies where it's like there's little people moving in your mind. You just go crazy. You really do. And my thing is not to like, not to love, but it's to try to understand. That's what I try to do with any Cowboy move, with anything, is to try to understand. Well, I'm trying to figure out why. If in anything in life, if you can get to the why, then you could realize, it kind of makes sense now. More or less, remove the emotion. Let's get to the why. So the why is, let's be honest, Jason Witten kind of sucked as a commentator. I mean, he did. It was bad. I was reading something where they said Jason Witten pulled a cat. Aaron Rodgers pulled a cat out of his head. It was other things. He said Rodgers was great after the catch. Or a quarterback was. It was just a mess. I think he thought it would be easier than what it was. Got on ESPN with Booger McFarland, who that was a bad pair. Why does ESPN have a NCAA guy? Booger McFarland was NCAA. He was okay at best on that coverage, and that didn't make sense at all. So Jason Witten kind of bombed the ESPN thing. But let's not forget, this time around draft time last year was when, he shocked us and went into an early retirement. Segueing on to what this means for the Cowboys, let's kind of look back at Witten's production. So it was 600 yards, I think 69 catches, 70 catches, 2016. And in 2017, 500 yards. I think another 64 catch year. Great. So Witten can still give you decent production. Now, between Swain, Goff, I said Goff. What am I talking about? Between Swain, Schultz, and Oklahoma State kid, can't think of his name right now, Jarwin, he could probably, those three can probably match his production, right? So you're bringing in Jason Witten to be an extension of a coach, but why not just make him a coach? I don't like them using a roster spot for Jason Witten. I really don't. The only reason why is because I still think that you need talent. But what does this tell me? Okay, so this tells me you're probably not going to sign Swain in free agency. I'm not mad at that. There was some news floating around, maybe at Eifert. Maybe you still draft a guy and develop two, but the Rico experiment is done. That's also what it tells me. It also tells me that Cole Beasley is probably going bye-bye. So that's kind of what we know now. What I don't know is, can Jason Witten still play? Okay, Cowboys fans, we got to be objective now. I love old man Witt. I love Jason Witten. I love everything about him. He's been a stand-up guy. He's been Mr. Cowboy. He's done everything right. He doesn't get hurt. So while you think about a guy like Sean Lee and the decision they need to make on Lee, I can honestly say Jason is Mr. Iron Man, all that. But he hasn't played football in a year. Think about Dez Bryant. He sat out half the year, gets a deal with New Orleans, goes to one practice, and is injured. It's not the same. Mind you, Dez was working out. Jason Witten has been in the booth, all right? So the most working out he's been doing is he's been working out his brain. He's been, Jason Witten, regardless of how he did on ESPN, he's one of the most smart, cerebral players that's ever played the game. So I'm not mad at Jason Witten for wanting to come back. I just don't know what he has left in the tank. He's not one of these Shannon Sharp, Tony Gonzalez type athletes, type tight ends to where he was in, like, those guys still look like they can play right now. Witt, that's not how he won. So he's never been a fast guy. I get the video about the Y option going around the internet and all that. That's cool. The problem is, does that put much stress on a defense, knowing that this is what Jason Witten gives you? You could probably blanket that coverage, and there's not much twitch left. There's just not much juice left. And so I hear this common misnomer: Jason Witten's a great blocker. He's going to be a great blocker. Is he? Go back and watch film. A lot of holding calls, a lot of offsides penalties, decent blocker, but wasn't that mid-2000 to late 2000 type blocker, you know, when Parcells drafted him. He just wasn't. Now, he's a 16-year veteran. He's definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer, but it just feels kind of charity to me, especially when the Cowboys mindset has been, right, we're going to stay young, we're going to draft, you know, we're going to, like, and I'll give you a prime example. My gut feeling on this is, I just don't know, but my gut feeling on Amari Cooper was, I love it. Instantly, go watch the video. It's on my homepage on YouTube. I loved us signing Amari Cooper. I really, really did. It just doesn't make sense. And so I'm still trying to figure out the why. And so those are some of the whys. Now, the big why is, and you hear Jason Witten, I want to help this team, and he's quoted, I want to help this team get to a championship. Okay, so here we go, guys. The Cowboys are all in. We know what time it is with Jason Garrett. He didn't get the extension. This leads me to my next point. Earl Thomas, he is on the way. Now, it's a year late. I knew they wouldn't sign him last year. I wanted to see what these safeties can do. I still think that X-Woods is a good player. I want to upgrade Heath. I've been wanting to upgrade Heath all this offseason. Obviously, the Cowboys are in the market to draft a safety, but I think that they're going to make a play for Earl Thomas. It's just a matter of when and the number, but I believe that Earl Thomas will be a Cowboy. You hear Richard Sherman come out and say if Earl had to choose between San Fran and Dallas, it'd be Dallas. And the team is good. Like, this team, I said it yesterday, I believe. This team isn't far. Defense is good. And now we're kind of tipping our hand to what we're going to do in the draft. I think that we are, for once, going to go high defensive line. Maybe a plugger, just somebody who can be in that rotation and just shore up. Because I think this defense, seriously, this team, and we also, I know I'm jumping around, guys, just trying to get my thoughts out, but we also got to remember, we have a window that we got to capture. We got to capture Zeke's window, okay? And I believe Jason Garrett said, I want all in. He went all in. He bet on himself with Amari Cooper. It made sense. Maybe he knows something we don't know about Jason Witten, and now I'm 100% sure that the Dallas Cowboys are going to sign Earl Thomas. Like, Earl Thomas is going to be a Dallas Cowboy. If not, come find this video, call me an idiot. But just really, we got to now know what Jason Witten has left in the tank. They're saying he's going to be on a play count. They're saying that, you know, possibly he's going to come in as like a leadership coach type role. The problem that I have with that is, when Jason was supposed to be bringing along some of these tight ends, it had been reported that he wasn't the easiest to work with, didn't really want to give up reps. And I get that. He's a competitor. He doesn't want to get pushed out the back door. But, you know, is he going to do it now? Is he going to be, you know, that old ball player who just, I still got it, I can still do my thing? Well, really, you know, can he? You know, Jason was never the fastest guy, but is the twitch still there? Can he move at all? Obviously, the Cowboys know something we don't. They made the signing. I think that Earl Thomas is on the way. You guys jump in here. Let me know what you guys think. Like it, love it, hate it. I'm somewhere in the middle between. All right, guys. It's your boy Cowboys. It's your boy Foots the King, doing this on the fly on my lunch break. But I got that Cowboy draft fit. This joint actually is crazy. I be working out on this joint and all that. I just got it last week. I done wore it like 3 times. I watched it. I did watch it. All right, Cowboys fans, it's your boy Foots the King as always. Like, share, subscribe. Follow the music. Follow the kids that I coach. Bowie Broncos 8U, doing a giveaway to all of you guys who did do that. All right. Peace.